This is David Beckham, one of the most iconic footballers of all time. But what if David Beckham decided to come out of retirement in his prime and play in modern football? Well, thanks to the new Icon Player Career Mode, we can find out just that. And there is David Beckham, 88 overall, right mid, 85 shooting, 92 passing, and 85 dribbling. We're gonna have a blast of a career with Beckham. And you may be asking, why does David Beckham want to return to football? Well, David Beckham took a press conference to the world of football and mainly Premier League teams. He misses the feeling of success in England and wants to return to win one more Premier League title. And as David Beckham is waiting for offers, I wonder what teams he could join. He could join the likes of Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea, or even return to Man Utd. And many Premier League champions came in for him like Liverpool, Chelsea, and Man City. Oddly, even Tottenham Hotspur, which have never won a Premier League title, have also come in for him. But of course, he rejected every offer, mainly from the losers Tottenham, as he walked into Ten Hag's office, and Ten Hag gave him an offer he can't refuse. Ten Hag tells David Beckham that he heard that he wanted to come back to football, and he quickly begged the board to bring him in, as he believes that David Beckham could be the one to lead him back to glory. And David Beckham responds, "You know what? Man United was my first love. It's time for me to return and win Man United and take them back to the top." So David Beckham has gone ahead and re-signed for Man United, and here he is wearing the number 7, snatching Mason Mount's chain. But let's be real for a second. Man United are now winning the Premier League in their first season. David Beckham is literally already the best player, and other than Bruno Fernandes, everybody else is pretty incompetent. So because David Beckham signed as a free agent after the transfer deadline day, I think it's very realistic if this year David Beckham can go ahead and win the Europa League with Man United to help him get funds for next season so they can sign some amazing players. But before we can get into Europa League wins and Premier League wins, David Beckham has to go ahead and make his first impression as he is set to make his debut against Liverpool. But he is sitting on the bench, and for the first 83 minutes of the game was 0-0 as he is coming on for Rashford in that left mid position. Can he go ahead and make a difference after almost a decade, more than a decade away from football? And now it's Bruno Fernandes in the ball. Gives it to David Beckham. Let's see if he still got it. It's David Beckham. Has a feint. And it's a beautiful ball into Anthony. It was a great pass. It's like he never left. Anthony chips it over. Anthony with a shot and it's saved. That's literally the best thing I've ever seen Anthony do. But David Beckham still got it, man. Now it's Alejandro Balde for Liverpool trying to clear the ball. But David Beckham wins it back. He's muscling the youngsters. It's still David Beckham. Gets rid of both defenders. McAllister bought it. It's still Beckham. It's toying with Alejandro Balde. Beckham makes Alejandro Balde with a shot. And it goes in. Oh my God, David Beckham. He never left football. Beautiful, destroyed. Oh, ex-Barcelona prospect. He gets his first goal back for Man United. It's 1-0. Oh my days. And Liverpool trying to fight their way back, but David Beckham absolutely bodies McAllister. And now Xerxes into Bruno Fernandes, into Beckham, who breaks the ankles of the best defender in the world, and it goes in. David Beckham gets a brace on his first game. Surely this game is over. He has won the derby for Man United, and he has returned with a brace to world football. He hasn't even had a training session yet, and he's already dominating in the Premier League. And the game comes to an end, and David Beckham ends with a brace, and he also gets the man of the match on his first return back to football. He's an inspiration to all old footballers out there. If you're excited for Icon Career Mode, subscribe right now. And straight after that amazing debut, David Beckham spent the next couple weeks training his ass off to get match fit for a full 90 minutes, while he still came off the bench scoring goal after goal. And right at the start of the Europa League, he was one good performance away from becoming a starting player. He is coming on in the 57th minute, where United are still tied 0-0 to an easy FC Twente. Surely, if he can do well here and win the game for United, he'll be a starter back at the Red Devils. And here comes Bruno Fernandes on the ball, looking for some space. He finds David Beckham. David Beckham gets rid of the defenders. He has a through ball. It's Bruno Fernandes, the captain, with a shot. And it goes in. David Beckham gets his first assist back at Man United. He makes it 1-0 against FC Twente. And David Beckham picks up the ball once again. It's still Becks with a brilliant through ball to Bruno Fernandes, who muscles off the defense. It's still Bruno with a shot, and it goes in. Beckham with another assist. 2 assists in 1 game. Surely Ten Hag is watching, and he's gonna have him start in every single game this season. And now here comes David Beckham. Is he gonna go ahead and get a hat trick of assists? It's still David Beckham. It seems like nobody's open. He's gonna go on his own. He gets easily rid of this defense. David Beckham has a shot, and he gets his first goal in a European competition in like forever. 3-0. This game is over. Beckham is going to be starting every single game. And the game ended 3-0 as David Beckham got another man of the match, and he is now a confirmed starter in this side. And as soon as David Beckham became a starter, he never dropped this form as he scored goal after goal, qualifying for the knockout stages and going all the way to the semi-finals, where in the first leg against Tottenham Hotspur, they lost 3-1. If David Beckham wants to win the Europa League, he has to come back against the Bottle Jobs. But right before the game, Erik ten Hag and David Beckham take a press conference. Erik ten Hag says, "I am aware that we are 3-1 down and we are playing at home at Old Trafford, but I promise you that with David Beckham on our side, we're gonna make a comeback and go on to the final." David Beckham adds on and says, "I know I am a very old player, but I still got it. I've shown that this season, and Tottenham have another thing coming as they're gonna fail to qualify for the final." And here come Manchester United. It's Ugarte with a through ball into David Beckham. He has all the space in the world. Dennis Udoka cannot catch up to him, even though he's way older than him. Beckham with a cross into Xerxes, lays it down, has a shot, and it goes in. Xerxes picks up the ball. It's 3-2 in aggregate, I believe. Come on, Man United. You can do it. Come on, Beckham. Now in the second half, here comes David Beckham chasing this game. If another goal is scored, they're tied in aggregate. It's still David Beckham with a long shot, but it's saved by the keeper. And now it's David Beckham on the ball, gives it into Bruno Fernandes, who lets it all the way to Xerxes. Xerxes finds a brilliant through ball into David Beckham. He is 1v1 against Vicario. He is not going to miss this. He squares it off into Rashford and it goes in. They're tied in aggregate. 3-3, 2-0 in this game. One more goal decides who will go on to the Europa League final. And the ball is up for anyone to win, and it's won. And now it's David Beckham on the ball. Here comes David, gives a through ball to Marcus Leonardo. Leonardo, the new signing, into David Beckham with a shot, and it goes in. Spurs have done it again. They have bottled the lead, and Man United take a 4-3 lead in aggregate. If the score stays like this, David Beckham will be the hero that sends them to the Europa League final. And the ref blows the whistle, and they have done it. The comeback kings keep their crown while the Bottle Jobs keep their bottle, as David Beckham is the man of the match once again. But in the final, he will face AS Roma. Can he go ahead and win this trophy for Man United? But it was now time for the Europa League final. David Beckham has arguably been the best player in this Man United side. But can they go ahead and win one last game and win Man United the trophy that they deserve? And here come AS Roma with the first attack of the Europa League final. It's Dovbyk on the ball, but it's blocked by Lindelof. But Lucio Pellegrini wins it back, and he loses it. But he wins it back once again. It's Pellegrini with a shot, and it just goes wide. Roma make a good chance to start off the game. And here come Roma once again. They win the ball back. It's Valdancini on the ball with a shot, and Onana finally makes a save. Roma are really dominating Beckham and United here. And now Roma have a corner. It's Pablo Gavi with the crossing into Dovbyk, and it hits the crossbar. Man United are getting lucky in this game. And Casemiro wins the ball back, trying to get rid of Dovbyk, but Dovbyk keeps pressuring, wins the ball, has a shot, and it goes in. Casemiro with the biggest mistake in his Man United career, and now Roma are 1-0 up in this Europa League final. And here come Roma once again, and David Beckham finally touches his first ball in this game. It's David Beckham looking for the space. He sees Marcus Rashford with a brilliant through ball. 1v1 against the keeper, and it goes in. David Beckham hadn't touched the ball all game because Roma have been dominating. And the first touch he gets, he lays off an assist to Rashford. It's 1-1 in the Europa League final. But here come Man United in the second half. It's Manuel Ugarte who gives a through ball into David Beckham. Has a space. Is he going to have a shot? And yes, he does. And it's a beautiful shot into the bottom left corner. The goalkeeper had no chance. No goalkeeper in the world would have saved that. It's 2-1. United take the lead. And after the goal, Roma kicked with the ball, but David Beckham is not done yet. He wins the ball back. It's Joshua Zirkzee with a through ball into David Beckham. Takes a touch, has a shot, and this game is over. A brace from David Beckham, 3-1 in the second half. There's no chance Roma come back when this beast of a man is playing. And yes, the game is over. Beckham has done it. He has achieved his first objective with Man United and has won and lifts the Europa League. I wonder what's next for David Beckham. But all I do know is that he needs help if he ever wants to win the Prem title. And as David Beckham won the Europa League, there's still a lot of work to be done as they finished outside the top 4 in the Premier League, as David Beckham was in 3rd place in the Golden Boot race as he finished with 31 goals and 14 assists. A really good season, but he literally carried this Man United side. And at the start of the brand new season, David Beckham got offers from PSG and Real Madrid, but he rejected both of them as he signed a brand new contract with Man United as he walked into Ten Hag's office. Ten Hag goes ahead and thanks David Beckham for staying at the club as he knows that he just wants to win the Premier League. Then Ten Hag says, well, I got good news as I've signed 2 players to go ahead and help you out as this team is only getting better in Frankie de Jong and Achraf Hakimi as they signed for the club. David Beckham says, that's perfect, what else do you need me to do? Erik ten Hag then responds, says, our next goal is to win this next game in the UEFA Super Cup against Inter Milan. If we could beat a UCL club, we can surely, possibly win the Premier League this season. David Beckham says, I'm on it, boss. So as Man United just signed help for David Beckham and Frankie de Jong and Achraf Hakimi, his next goal is to win the UEFA Super Cup against last year's UCL winners. I'm sure if Beckham could get a victory here, he could win the Premier League this season. But it was now time for the UEFA Super Cup final against Inter Milan, last year's UCL winners. David Beckham needs to impress here. And now it's Beckham at the start of the game, winning the ball back. Lautaro wins it back, has the shot, and it goes in. Inter Milan take a 1-0 lead in the UEFA Super Cup final. But here come Man United, now ready to give up. It's Frankie de Jong into David Beckham, gets rid of the Inter Milan defense. It's still David Beckham with a shot from outside the box, and it goes in. Beckham makes it 1-1. Who else but David Beckham to save Man United? And now it's Henrik Mkhitaryan on the ball, gives it to Lautaro Martinez. What are the defenders doing? Ugarte just got bodied by Mkhitaryan with a shot, and it goes in. What is going on? The defense is in shambles. We go 2-1 down once again. It's now halftime and Beckham is 2-1 down. We need him to turn up like he usually does to make sure they get the comeback and he wins the UEFA Super Cup. And Man United kick off this second half. It's Bruno Fernandes into David Beckham. Here comes David Beckham. Can he do something special? He jukes the defender and he gets fouled. This is going to be a crazy half for Beckham. And now it's Frankie de Jong on the ball, looking to start a counter-attack. It's David Beckham on the ball. David Beckham, he's looking for that roulette. He gets rid of the defender. Come on, that's a foul, referee. Mark something. It's Marcus Leonardo, gives it to David Beckham. He's really chasing this game. He gets rid of Acerbi. It's still David Beckham. Come on, he is 1v1 with that defense. He stops for a second. He comes back, gets rid of Acerbi again, has a shot, but it's blocked. David Beckham is cooking in this half. And here comes David Beckham once again, has a little feint, and now he cuts back, and it's still David Beckham. Gets rid of Bisek. It's still Beckham. Gets rid of Acerbi once again. It's still David Beckham. Gets rid of all the defenders. He scores it to Marcus Leonardo, and it goes in. All that dribbling came out for something as he helps equalize his game. David Beckham is by far the best player in this team. And it's the 87th minute. The ball is in the air and David Beckham wins the ball. It's still David. He gives it into Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes finds David Beckham once again. Gets rid of the defender. It's still David. David could square it up, but he has a Trivela instead, and it's a cheeky goal. That's class. That's something you cannot teach on a football pitch. That is talent. It's 3-2. The comeback is complete. David Beckham's gonna win the UEFA Super Cup. And the ref blows a whistle, it's over. David Beckham has completed his next challenge of winning the UEFA Super Cup as he lives it. And as they celebrated winning the UEFA Super Cup in the locker room, David Beckham thought to himself, up next, I think I want to win the Golden Boot. This team does not feel good enough for the Prem yet. But if I can try and win the Golden Boot as I just missed out on last year, maybe, just maybe, I can win the Premier League this season. It was now a time for that first game that David Beckham's talking about, once again, up against Liverpool. And Man United kickoff. David Beckham says he wants to make this first game count. I wonder what he means by that, but it's Hakimi. It's to David Beckham, and here comes David Beckham. First touch of the Premier League season. Gets rid of Alejandro Balde once again like last year. He gets rid of him once again. It's still David Beckham. No way he's a score solo goal. It got a Beckham, and it goes in. David Beckham is looking to surprise the world by winning the Golden Boot and possibly maybe even get his first hat-trick today. The first minute of the game, he gets an Encara Messi goal. It's 1-0 to United already. And here come Man United. Hakimi with a through ball into David Beckham, who gives it to Leonardo. Leonardo back into David Beckham. He has all the space in the world. Alex Balde has not learned to defend David Beckham just yet, and it goes in. David Beckham gets his brace. He's dominating this Liverpool side. And now it's Bruno Fernandes on the ball. This game is not over. In the second half, it's through to David Beckham. 1v1 against Alisson with a shot, and he does it. He gets his first hat-trick since coming back to football, since coming back to Man United. If he's playing like this every single week, he is for sure gonna win that Golden Boot. And the game comes to an end, and Beckham picks up his match ball. He is going to try his best to win the Golden Boot this season. And after that hat-trick, David Beckham went on a rampage, scoring goal after goal, and on the final day of the season, somehow this United side was 3 points behind Arsenal, meaning that if Arsenal lose and United win, they could possibly win the league title. But not only that, David Beckham does have a 2-goal lead on Arsenal's Bukayo Saka. He needs to make sure that he wins his game and scores some goals to secure his Golden Boot, but also hope that Arsenal lose their game so he can win the Premier League title and end his career. But it's going to be a tough game as United is playing against their rivals Leeds. I wonder if Beckham can finish the job and hope that Arsenal lose on their end and he can finish his career today. And the ball's in the air. Man United are looking to destroy Leeds United, and here comes David Beckham on the ball. It's still David Beckham. It's okay, he's gonna be a little bit selfish today. It's still David Beckham with a shot, and it goes in. He makes it 1-0. He needs to score as many goals as possible because I don't know how crazy Bukayo's gonna go on his last day if he even scores. And here comes Hakimi. He takes away the ball, and it's Hakimi. Gives it to David Beckham. Beckham into Mason Mount. Mason Mount into Darwin Nunez, who signed for Man United. David Beckham with a shot, and it goes in. He gets his 28th goal this season. There is no chance. I don't know what's going on in that Arsenal game. I'm hoping that they're losing so we can win the Prem. But I'm not sure if Bukayo Saka has scored either. But 28 goals to Beckham's name. And it's out of Hakimi in the second half into David Beckham. He has all the space in the world. This Leeds defense is so high up and he's taking full advantage. Can he go ahead and secure his hat-trick and possibly the golden boot? And yes, he does. A hat-trick for David Beckham. 29 goals. There's no chance Bukayo Saka scored a hat-trick as well. And the ball is in the air. Man United are not done yet. It's Jadon Sancho who returned from loan into Mason Mount. Mason Mount through the ball into David Beckham. Can he get his fourth? And yes, he does. His first poker, I think possibly in his career. I don't think he's ever scored 4 goals in a game. And back in football, he's winning the golden boot. I just hope that Arsenal did not win their game and we can win the Premier League title. But somehow United are not done with Leeds United. It's Darwin Nunez into David Beckham. First time finish, and oh my days. This Leeds United keeper needs to be sacked. 5 goals for David Beckham. And the ref blows the whistle. This game comes to an end. David Beckham picks up his match ball. The first ever time I think he's ever scored 5 goals in a game. But no celebrations means that Arsenal lift the league title in their ground. Come on, he was this close. But there it is. Beckham wins the golden boot. But Arsenal, of course, won the Prem. And somehow, Bukayo Saka robbed the player of the season. Hopefully next year could be David Beckham's last year and he can win the Premier League title. And at the start of the brand new season, David Beckham walked into Ten Hag's office. Ten Hag says, Beckham, I got a little bit of bad news. As you've noticed, we did sign Darwin Nunez last year. But because we did, we do not have any funds for this year because they believe that we could win the league title now with a full season of you and Darwin. Beckham says that is no problem, boss. I want this to be my last season in football because I believe that we're going to win the Premier League title. However, there was one big problem. The second best player in the team for the past 2 years was Bruno Fernandes, but he did end up leaving the club this season. How will David Beckham and the rest of this team do without their captain? But to be honest, that did not stop this Man United side as David Beckham continued to be in amazing form, getting better and better each week, scoring goal after goal. And on the final day of the season, United and Arsenal were both at the top of the table as they face each other on the final day. Can David Beckham win this last game and retire as a Premier League champion? And here come Arsenal at the start of this game, looking to find an opportunity here. It's passed into Benjamin Sesko, who's 1v1. Harry Maguire, please make a tackle. He does, and it's going to be a penalty. You can't really see the contact, but there was one. Maguire gets a yellow. Please, Mandela, who is a Youth Academy goalkeeper, I think. Please save this shot. And here comes Bukayo Saka to take his steps up. He goes to the right-hand side and we concede. David Beckham goes 1-0 down. Harry Maguire should have not made that tackle. Who else was going to lose? Who else was going to make a penalty but Harry Maguire? Arsenal are 1-0 up. If the score stay like this, they will be Prem champions back-to-back. And now it's Bukayo Saka. Arsenal do have a corner straight after that penalty. The header's won, and he's cleared out by the defender. Clear it out, please. And now it's Benjamin Sesko with a shot, and it's a great save. And no, Frankie de Jong got a handball. Just chest it down, man. Clear it out. Another penalty. Arsenal becoming penalty merchants today. And here comes Bukayo Saka for a second time in the penalty spot. Please save it. And no, it goes in. Mandela stood still on both shots. Come on, pick a side, man. Saka makes it 2-0. Arsenal are going to win the Prem again. But right before halftime, the ball is at the edge of the box. It's Frank de Jong into David Beckham. Here comes Beckham. It's still Beckham. Gets rid of Ben White. It's still David Beckham. Beckham, do something. He squares it into Darwin Nunez and it goes in. Darwin Nunez picks up the ball. It's 2-1. There's still a chance to come back. And here come Man United straight in the second half, looking for the first opportunity. It's David Beckham with a beautiful cross into Mason Mount, and it's saved by the keeper. But the ball falls into Hakimi, who gives it to David Beckham. He's looking for a second cross here in the second half already. He crosses it into Darwin Nunez with a header, and it goes in. Nunez gets his brace. Beckham gets his second assist. Are they going to win the Premier League title? But Beckham picks up the ball in the midfield, looking to secure this comeback. It's still Beckham. Beckham gets rid of Declan Rice. It's still Beckham. Nobody's defending him. It's a failed tackle from the Arsenal defense. Beckham gets his hat-trick of assists, and yes, who else to score but Marcus Rashford, the man who gave his life to Man United. But Beckham gets a hat-trick of assists, and this game has to be over. It's 3-2. The comeback kings come back again. And the ref blows the whistle. It's over. Man United have won the league title. Beckham lives it, and he comes back and secures his legacy as a United player. If you guys enjoyed this video, then you guys would definitely enjoy this video right here.